You're listening to Systemic Era Podcast. The failure was designed.
Conservatives laugh at goofy Marvel senator who just sunk Trump, based on an article by Matthew Rouser. Trump wants a personal attorney general. Republicans are helping. The real story. The news here is not a clever exchange in a Senate hearing. It is that Donald Trump is trying to turn the Justice Department into a private legal instrument, and Todd Blanche is presenting himself accordingly. Blanche said he sees himself as Trump's lawyer, even though the Attorney General is supposed to represent the American people, not the president's personal interests. However, is the point. That distinction is the whole scandal. The person with institutional power is the president, and the machinery he is trying to commandeer is federal law enforcement. Blanche did not accidentally drift into this role. By the account here, he made the decision not to defend the IRS and the Justice Department. They settled Trump's case with a $1.8 billion agreement that the court later voted as self-dealing. Republican theater, Democratic resistance. Since John Kennedy's awkward question may have exposed Blanche more effectively than a polished legal objection, but the underlying blame does not sit with Kennedy's tone or with the hearing's jokes. It sits with the party that keeps normalizing this arrangement. Republicans have enough votes to move Blanche forward, and the only serious barrier described here is a Democratic filibuster. That is not institutional balance. It is one party trying to stop the conversion of public office into personal protection. The sham behind the settlement. The IRS episode is the clearest example of how power gets laundered into procedure. Trump claimed his rights were violated after a leak about his taxes and business affairs. Blanche declined to defend it. Agency settled the case and locked in terms that spared Trump and his family from future scrutiny. Judge Kathleen Williams later ordered the deal and called out the self-dealing plainly. The sitting president sued an agency he controls and then settled with himself. What Blanche represents. This questioning got to the heart of it. What happened to a prosecutor who was supposed to care about rule of law? The answer is not confusion or drift, it is capture. Blanche is not being evaluated as a neutral lawyer who stumbled into politics. He is acting as a legal face of a system in which Trump's enemies are prosecuted over trivialities, while Trump's own liabilities are neutralized through engineered settlements. The pattern. This is bigger than one nominee or one hearing. It is a steady conversion of public institutions into loyalty services for a presidential patronage network. Republicans are not merely failing to resist that project, many are actively smoothing its path. The consequence is simple. When power is treated as personal property, the law stops functioning as a constraint and starts functioning as a cover. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to AlterNet for today's article, with the automated voice of Diana. Thanks for listening.